Welcome to How the F to Use Krita, the only tutorial where you learn digital art basics while also questioning your life choices. By the way, this is not sponsored, but please sponsor me, please. Anyway, let's go. Alright, so step 1 is obviously downloading the Krita. It's free because artists are broke. Like me. And open it up. I just can't explain this, but seeing this on my screen like every day just instantly gets rid of my depression. Yeah. Ooh, here you can see all my little drawing projects. I will never show you them. It's too cringe. Click File here and press New. Or you can just click here for a new image. This thing is gonna pop up and you can change the width, height, resolution, all that fun stuff. I'm not gonna go too much into this, but honestly, like, make your canvas bigger than you expected and keep your resolution more than 300. I prefer to have it at 600 because I want good quality drawings, but honestly, like, it's not that big of a deal if you're not gonna print out your work. Moving on. And boom, you're staring into the white void of your future. I'm sorry, that was maybe a bit too depressing. Now, navigation basics. You can hold the spacebar to pan, or use Control plus or Control minus to zoom. I honestly never use this. I just use this thing down here at the bottom to zoom, or the scroll wheel of my mouse. But like, honestly, like, do whatever feels most natural, I suppose. You can also hold shift and spacebar to rotate your canvas, which is fun. It's so fun. And pro tip, if your canvas is suddenly upside down, like, don't scream like I usually do. Just hit the reset rotation button. For me, it's number 5 on keyboard. Yes, Krita thought of your chaos, so be grateful. Okay, let's take a second to talk about brushes. Krita comes with a million brushes because why not overwhelm beginners? There's so many, honestly, like, you can find literally anything you need from here. But if you want, you can actually download like custom brush packs and sets online. There's literally unlimited selection of things to choose from, so just go ahead and take a look. Also, if you are just like using whatever tool and not brush, and you want to quickly change back to brush, you can either press B on your keyboard, or you can right click, which will open a pop-up palette, which is like your own personal Pokemon ball of brushes and colors. Isn't that fun? There's like a few brushes in here that you can easily switch to, a little color wheel too, and also this thing, which, oh, this can change the rotation. Oh, I didn't even know. That is so fun. I will use this from now on. Also, if for some reason you can't see your brushes or your color wheel or your layers, it's probably because you don't have that dogger checked. And how you can do that is you can go to settings up top, then click on dockers, and you can here check or uncheck different dockers. And there's so many things in here. I haven't even discovered like all of these, but the ones that I usually have on my screen are the color wheel, the layers, the brushes, and also I have patterns here. I don't remember why I have them. So you can like play around, move these wherever you want on the screen. It's fun, just like customize it to your own needs. If you quickly need to erase, you don't have to switch to eraser like a noob. You can just hit E while you're on the brush mode, and boom, it just becomes an eraser brush, but it's still like the brush you were using, just on eraser mode. You can also change it up here, like, which I have done a lot, but this is honestly like so much faster, just using the E button. If you need an eyedropper for color picking, you can hold Control and click, and it's gonna just, you know, give you the eyedropper tool. If you've been manually dragging your mouse like a caveman, this is your sign to stop, because you're better than this, I think. Okay, let's talk about layers. Layers are life. Think of them like pancakes. So stack as many as you want, and the syrup, or in this case, mistakes, won't drip through. You can add a new layer from this little plus icon, and you can also group these together. I don't usually do that, but if you want to be organized bitch, then sure, go ahead. Also, this little checkerboard right here, if you click on it, it's gonna alpha lock your layer which is gonna be your new bestie. It's gonna turn your messy chaos into a clean chaos. So you only color inside the lines. Honestly, I don't really use this, even though I know I should. It's just I haven't got used to it yet. So please forgive me. I am still learning. Okay, and let's go through some of the basic tools here on the left. Here's like normal brush tool. If you're not using this 90% of the time, then what the hell are you even doing here? There's some basic shapes that you can do, you know, if you want to be boring. No, you're not. Just it makes the life easier. There are these things that you can use. I don't use these, but you know, you can also make shapes with that, so I guess it's useful. There's this basic tool for moving stuff around. There's also the basic color picking tool, but please try to use the shortcut instead of this. Paint bucket, yeah, it's very self-explanatory. Then there are the cropping tools or selection thingy. I don't know, just it is what it is. And there are a lot of other tools here too, but I don't personally use them in my art, so I'm not gonna go into those. Alright, before I vanish into the void, here's a speed round of random Krita tips that you actually use, or you should use at least. Mirror your canvas with pressing M, because nothing says oops like realizing your character's eyes are on 2 different planets, or eyebrows. Yeah, this problem occurs to me often. Reference images are so easy to use on Krita. You can just pin your inspo pics inside Krita instead of juggling 57 Chrome tabs, and your laptop or PC will thank you. You can find the stabilizer slider here in the tool options. If it's not open, it's probably because it's not checked in the dockers. You can get smooth lines, so it looks like you drank less coffee this morning. Also, just save what you're doing often, and I mean like often. Krita is great, but crashes lurk in the shadows. Trust issues, they are valid. Just save, you're not gonna lose anything. Literally. Also, I wanted to mention that you can do other stuff too in Krita and not only draw. There's an option to animate. Yep, Krita does animation. Just open a timeline docker, add frames, and suddenly you're making cartoons. Will it be a Pixar level movie? No. But will it be a stick figure doing a Fortnite dance? Absolutely. Also, once I made this masterpiece. Yeah, that's lovely. Krita also has tools for making comics, like panel templates, text bubbles, and speech balloons. Basically, it lets you become your own webtoon factory. Do I use these? No, but people way smarter than me do, and they look cool. So yeah, whether you want to draw, animate, or drop your spicy manga debut, Krita's got you covered. I just stick to drawing cute little potato blobs instead. By the way, I will leave a playlist of Krita related tutorial videos down below if you want to go check out some other stuff. They go much more into depth about what you can do in Krita, you know, so it might be very useful if you're just like a beginner trying to learn everything. And that's basically how the fuck to use Krita. Obviously, there's way more hiding in this program, but you don't have to learn everything in one night. Keep in mind, it takes time to get comfortable with all the tools. So if you feel lost, congrats, that means you're doing it right. Good job, bestie. Now go make some art or chaos or both, and hey, subscribe or I'll mirror your canvas and not tell you. Bye!